by this week in a more professional way. However, I have given my DSLR for maintenance, so I'm just not getting the scope to upload any videos since few weeks. Though I had promised once that I'll be bringing you videos in phase 2.0. So I have decided to come up with something by shooting in the mobile. Today what we'll be discussing is regarding workability of concrete, and to be more specific, its relation with the size of aggregate. Let us just decode the factor which is affecting the workability of concrete by virtue of the change of the size of aggregate. What does the workability means actually? To explain in a very simple way, we can just state that workability is a property of concrete by virtue of which we can easily place the concrete between the formworks, we can easily compact it, we can easily transport the concrete from the mixing spot to the actual construction site, and at the same time we'll be able to provide a good finishing to it. So workability is not a single pointed factor, it has many aspects. It does not only mean that the concrete must be soup-like so that it can be easily carried and placed between forms, because if we make a concrete which is having consistency like soup, mostly by mixing additional water beyond its requirement as per the water cement ratio, will drastically reduce the strength of concrete. That's for sure. That thing we know from the Abraham's law on the water cement ratio and the strength of concrete. So actually in a concrete mix, that is the green concrete, what happens that the cement paste which is available, mostly the fine aggregate and the mixture of the cement, that paste gives the property of workability and enhances the property of workability. As much as the availability of that cement paste increases, the workability will also increase. Now, whenever we are using the coarse aggregate, because the size of fine aggregate will not change drastically, the size of coarse aggregate may vary from 20 mm maximum nominal size to 40 mm maximum nominal size, and anything in between or anything lesser than that. So whenever we are increasing the size of aggregate, the workability of that particular concrete will get increased. All other things, the water quantity, volume of the cement or quantity of cement, fine aggregate, total quantity of the coarse aggregate, all remaining same. But just by increasing the size of the coarse aggregate, we can increase the workability. Why it's happening? First of all, we have to remember that the workability will increase with increase in the availability of the cement paste in that concrete. Now, let us just consider two different cases. A bucket full of coarse aggregate having 20 mm maximum nominal size, and a bucket containing the same quantum of coarse aggregate but size is higher, say 40 mm maximum nominal size. Now in both of the cases the total quantum of the coarse aggregate is same, but the change is in the size. In case of the first one, that in which the size of the coarse aggregate is smaller, we will be having a greater surface area of the coarse aggregate. Because of the smaller size of the particles, we have to coat each and every aggregate individually on its surface with the cement paste. So the total number of stone chips or the coarse aggregate being much larger as compared to the larger size of the aggregates, we have to coat much more greater surface area of the coarse aggregate with the cement paste. So the requirement of cement paste is more in case of the smaller size of aggregates because the surface area is more. Now, in case of the bigger size of the aggregates, may the total quantum by weight or by volume, the aggregate be same, but as the size of the aggregate is getting increased, hence the total number of the stone aggregates or the coarse aggregates will get reduced. There will be fewer aggregates but larger in size. And also due to this, the surface area of the stone aggregates to be covered will be much lesser. Hence, we require lesser amount of cement paste to coat the surface area of the coarse aggregate. Hence, more cement paste will be available to increase the workability. That's why having larger size of aggregates is causing to have a much lesser surface area to be coated of the coarse aggregate. Hence, it is leaving much more cement paste for other aspects of the green concrete. Hence, the workability gets increased. This is the whole concept. Why I am stressing on it? Because it's a very common question, common MCQ in any kind of typical recruitment examination for the civil engineers. In that case, we may not remember in each and every bit of MCQ. It is not possible, and I really don't suggest that thing. So we have to make concept in such a way that we can apply that concept logically and come to our desired conclusion towards the answer. That's all for today. Please do share, subscribe this video and leave your comments, and hoping to see you in the next video also, which will be coming on next week as soon as I get my DSLR back. Thank you.